So, Alikhan Lochin, thank you so much for coming out to Up and Comers today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, so excited to talk and have my first interview with you.
I know, I'm so excited that you're here supporting my channel.
Yes, facts. I think it's a great idea, like the up and comers of Hollywood. I know there's like other YouTube channels about like before they were, who they are today. And so it's like cool to see like who they are right now as they're coming up. You know what I mean? Like it's a great idea.
Oh, thank you. And I think I'm going a little bit further. It's just not actors and singers and people in front of the camera.
Hmm.
Next season, I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people behind the camera.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, executive assistants for television.
Mhm.
Set designers.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about directors and what their thoughts are in the industry. Even casting directors. If you can get a casting director in here, let me know. I'm going to subscribe, so I'll like look out for it when it comes out next season.
We need more subscribers. Yes, let's
Yes.
do that. And yes, I will have agents. I will have casting directors. We're going to have a whole host of people next season. But today we have an actor, a very good actor and good friend, Alikhan.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. Now, we met on a commercial.
That's right.
What was it, a year ago?
I think was it?
Or was it a couple years ago? I can't keep up with time
I think it was like I think it was last year. Yeah. Like around this time last year. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember seeing you. I'm like, this kid is
Wasn't it a industrial project?
It was an industrial project, and we were in an industrial...
We were in a warehouse. That's where it was, yeah.
Exactly.
I think that was like my first gig as an actor. So yeah, last year I decided to officially pursue acting, full time. And that was my first gig. And I met you there. And yeah, I was like really nervous, really excited. And it was funny because like I remember we were all upstairs getting our hair and makeup done. And then they were like, oh yeah, you want to come down? We want to just see what the lighting looks like. I was like, okay, cool. I came down, they like set up the lights, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people here. There was like, there was a good amount of people there.
Yeah.
And they were like testing the cameras, testing the lights. The mic guy came, he was like, cool, you're set. And I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to go back to hair and makeup and chill a little bit longer. They were like, all right, everybody ready? Settle. And I was like, oh, this is right now. And then like the actress that I was working with came on, and they were like, ready? They were like, you're going to stand here, do this, do that, bam, bam, bam. And like, they were just moving so fast, and they were like, all right, action. And I was like, here's my debut.
Yeah.
My big break.
You did great. But I remember you being so nice. You're just the nicest guy.
Yeah.
So Alikhan, tell us about your journey. Where did you come from, and why did you decide to come to LA?
Yeah, well, that's a good question actually. So my name is Alikhan. I'm from Oakland. I've been out here in LA. I studied at USC, studied at School of Drama. That was really, really insightful. I got to like work with professors from Yale and Juilliard. So it was a lot of fun to get all that experience and knowledge. I also went to OSA, which was a charter arts high school. There I learned a lot of, classical theater and stuff like that. So that was really exciting. And yeah, last year I decided to absolutely pursue it full time. And this has been my first year in the game. And I think I'm doing okay, for my first year. Yeah, when I was young, my very first time getting on stage, it was just so like comfortable, just so fluid. It just felt natural. It felt like what I was called to do. And it was at my aunt's wedding. The DJ was over there DJing, and it was kind of like the reception cocktail before the event starts. And the mic was just there, and I'm just like there by myself, and I just jump up on stage, I grab the mic, and I become the MC for the night. I'm the 6-year-old just, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? What's up, everybody? And everyone's yelling with me, and I'm like, come on, everybody get up and dance. And everyone's getting up and dancing, and they're having a great time. And like in that moment, I was like, wow, like, here I am controlling the crowd. Here I am telling a story. Here I am entertaining people. And it felt so right. And my mom, I love her so much because she saw that in me and she invested in that. And she was like, you know what? You're going to go somewhere, From there, she put me in a conservatory. I went to the new Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. Shout out to them. I used to love going every Saturday. That's also how I knew there was something there, because every Saturday morning, I was the first one up in the house. I would run to my mom and say, wake up, wake up, wake up. We got to go. We got to go. I was already dressed and ready. She's still waking up like, oh. And then it was just the drive across the Bay Bridge to get to San Francisco. everything about that was just so inspiring for me as a kid, just to go into the big city and go into this conservatory school and just, get all this training. It was just so, it was all week. It's the one thing I was looking forward to. And then finally I heard about Oakland School for the Arts, and like that's a charter school. And I was like, I can do it every day of the week. I was like, yes, let's go. And so I auditioned to get in, and then I got in. And so for the first half of the day, we're in school studying academics. And then for the second half of the day, we're focusing on our discipline, our art. So it's whether dance, music, acting, you name it, that would be the discipline for the next 3 to 4 hours. And it was just so amazing. Shout out to all the teachers there who have helped me get to where I am today. Like it's amazing. And after high school, I went to Pierce College in the Valley, studied drama there. Community college is really overlooked. There's a lot of really good professors there who really care about their students and they really want them to succeed. And that I feel like that was a perfect place for me, because that is when I needed support the most, academically. And they were all there, just making sure that I was making the right decisions, I was taking the right classes. They were telling me like the resources that I had available. And then one of my professors told me that I should apply to USC. And he said, don't let the money, discourage you. He was like, it's a private school, but they definitely pride themselves on giving money to those who can't afford it. And I certainly couldn't afford it at the time. So I was like, you know what? Because you said it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then he ended up writing a letter of recommendation as a USC alumni himself. And that was very, very helpful, And yeah, then I got into USC and studied there. So yeah, I've been studying for a while.
Getting to that, I saw your theater, your revival of Harlem South in Los
Yes.
Angeles.
Shout out to Harlem South.
Yeah, at the Grammy Theater.
Yes, at the Grammy Museum.
At the
Yeah.
museum. You
Uh-huh.
invited me to come. You
Mhm.
DM'd and say, hey, come out and see. So I did.
Thank you for that. I'm so happy you came out, by the way. That
And
was
you were
nice.
oh, thank you. No, and I met your mom, and she was so super cool. And I could not get over your talent.
Wow.
I was like, wow, Alikhan.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
You just brought me to tears, and I just thought, you're going places.
Thank you. Well, I definitely got to give credit to Dr. Ron McCurdy, who started the whole production of Harlem South, and then also the director, Dominique Corona. She was an amazing person to be with. She really helped me, dig deep and really get into character and really understand why I'm telling these stories. And for those who don't know, Harlem South is a multimedia disciplinary play about the beautiful Black people who were living in the 1920s and just sort of what they were pursuing, what they had to endure. And we don't focus too much on the hardships. We focus more on the prideful things that they were doing at that time. So it's a really good play, but you're right. There is a lot of raw emotion in there too. Had our world premiere in 2019, and I invited you to the revival that we had. And now they're talking about we might be putting it up again soon. So look out for that, everyone.
So now that you're here in LA, how is it for you?
Wow. Yeah. Now that I'm here in LA, it's definitely a Sour Patch Kids treat. First they're sour, then they're sweet. No, it's been a great time, honestly. Just 1 year alone, I've been blessed to have a talent manager. I just signed with a commercial agent. I got my first national commercial with the Experian app. So that was a lot of fun.
Congratulations on
Oh yeah,
that.
thank you. Yeah, I was really excited about that. When I got the call, I was like, "What? Are you serious? Like my first commercial national?" I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
So when I was at USC, I definitely worked a lot with the film students there. The film students were amazing. They had industry standard equipment, and they had all sorts of amazing stories. And so that I had a wonderful privilege to be able to work with them. And for me, that was just a taste of what the industry was going to feel like, because I would work on one student's short film, and then 2 weeks go by, then I get a call from another student who was in that class who saw the film, and they're like, "Hey, we want you in our film." And I was like, huh, so that's how it works. A little word of mouth. Some people see you here, some people see you there. And yeah, I just made sure to show up, do my best and, be kind to everyone,
Right.
and I feel like just in that school setting, it really took me far. And that's where I started to get, more familiar with the camera. I started to see, playback from the videos, and I was like, okay, I did that way too big. Like, let me tone that down a bit. Like, this isn't the stage.
Right.
And so I had that time to really like own in on the reality of working with the camera versus the reality of working on stage.
Exactly.
My perception of Los Angeles was this big, bright city, the clean streets and glamour everywhere, red carpets rolling out of all these venues. And, my thought was like, someone's just going to come up and be like, you're the guy, you have the face, come with me. And next thing you know, I'm like on a billboard somewhere. Like, that was my perception. So I really came into Los Angeles really like googly eyed, really like, whoa, whoa, like, let me do that and let me do that. And what's that? And oh my God. And really inquisitive, really curious about what it was. And now my reality of it is, um, you know, Los Angeles is a place where a lot of people come to, chase their dreams, and so that part is really inspiring just to see the amount of people who come here and their stories, where they come from, what they want in life, why they came here, and the weather. That's something that I did not think about. And when I came here, I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I love it. Like the clear skies, the sunshine, it's great. And then, of course, like, um, there are a lot of roaches on the streets. I didn't know that, especially in Hollywood. On the streets of Hollywood, there's a lot of roaches. I didn't know that, and I was like, okay, it's not as glitz and glam as I thought. In certain parts of Hollywood, but I mean, just like in any neighborhood, you have the rough part and you have the nice part. So then I started to discover, Beverly Hills and Bel Air and the West Side, and I was like, oh, okay, so here's the nice part. Here's what we see, on TV and stuff like that, like Selling Sunset and stuff like that. It can be nice, but what I didn't think about is that there's also, bad parts of LA too.
I know you act, but you do some other talents. I know you don't want to talk about, but you're in music. But I thought you said that quickly, and I caught it. So why don't you elaborate just a little bit about your talent in music? Because I think it's good for our viewers to know that, as an actor, you've been trained in theater and classical, but then you also have this other side to you, which is music.
Yeah, I did not expect you to bring that up. That was a surprise. But yes, I have worked in music. I've worked as a DJ in music. I've DJ'd all over the Bay Area and in, a band. And yeah, we did a lot of stuff with that. I worked in some studios, met a lot of cool people. And yeah, it was a thrill. I would always tell my mom, DJing is just a hobby. And like my career is going to be acting. And I would always tell my mom that. And so yeah, DJing really kind of took off for me career-wise.
Now you DJ'd for someone who's kind of famous.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, I did. Yeah, a few people actually. Yeah. We started with the band with Kehlani. She was amazing. She was like an amazing person to be around. She was always so enlightened. She was always so informative. She always had something to say, whether it was good, bad, criticism, whatever. She always voiced herself, and that's something I truly like always admired about her. Like she wasn't afraid to say it, and she wasn't afraid to be wrong. And yeah, just working around her and just seeing the way she navigated the industry, even after we kind of split up with the band, like just seeing her navigate, I was like, wow, like she's really doing it. And it's just amazing to see her everywhere. And it's funny because I still, everyone's like, oh, like Kehlani, like they get star-eyed, and I'm just like, that's the homie from the Bay, like that's my friend from OSA, like that's someone that I was just on the stage with. There's an old photo of me in like a gray hoodie. I think I was kind of sick that day, and we had a performance, and I was like, I guess I'll go. And we showed up, and I remember we had like a best friend handshake, and we're on stage like doing our best friend handshake, and yeah, like those times were amazing, man. If I could go back in time, I would love to just relive those moments. And then also Zendaya, I got got to DJ with her on a little tour when she was doing music. I remember we were at the Arizona State Fair, and it was packed. It was sold out, and I just remember being up there on the stage. It was a pretty big crowd, and I was like, I have to get these people ready to see Zendaya. That'll be easy because everyone loves Zendaya, you know. So I just came out there and did my thing, and yeah, it just felt really good to just like share that energy with the crowd who truly love someone and like just feel that reciprocal energy. You know, it was beautiful. Well, one of my biggest challenges has to be finding friends, finding people to just hang out with and just, chill, and just have a good time with you. It's definitely, um, the balance that you have to have in this industry. And I think my biggest challenge is I'm so um, driven, to get there that I neglect having a social life. Sometimes I can neglect having friends. Sometimes I can neglect just going out and maybe, having a drink or two. I neglect a lot of that because I'm so driven and so focused. But I think that's a challenge to me because it's important to have balance, especially if you're in it for the journey. It's about the present time right now. It's about enjoying, the balance and the good in life. And so it's like I have to make time to have friends and hang out with them because that's going to help my social meter. That's going to help my, that side of my life, and then going on set, I feel like I'm, good on that. But the challenge right now is definitely like having a balance between work and social life. So
Okay.
I just finished shooting a film called It Happens. It's an indie short film written, produced, and directed by Jaden Wiggins and Cole Maslansky. They are two incredible artists. They were also a pleasure to work with. They were amazing directors. I think it's always good when a director knows exactly what he wants. So then every take they're able to say it. And I think we also have really good chemistry as friends. So it's easy for them to tell me, okay, don't do it like that. Or, all right, do this or try that. Or, all right, let's do this one more time. And this time, just don't do that. And I don't take any offense to it. I'm like, bet, because we're all trying to get like a really good shot. We're all trying to make something that we're all proud of. So it's all about collaborating, and I make sure that my ego doesn't get in the way. I'm like, they're the directors and I trust them, and so, yeah, they were incredible to work with. They knew what they wanted. And then also the DP, Trevor Hollander, was fantastic. He works really well under pressure. We had like a rig on top of the car. It's a very expensive camera on top of the car. And then we had one on the side of the car. We had one in the car. We had like yeah, we had a shot where the camera is in the back of the pickup truck. And I'm like running behind the pickup truck. And it's just the whole process. Like, it's definitely an indie project, but we really, really made it work. And it was just cool to see Trevor just like, work fast with everything and work under pressure and get the shot right. And if something wasn't working, he was quick to just say, okay, like, all right, we're going to do this, flip this here. Like he knows what he's doing, and I think as an actor, it just feels so good to be able to just focus on acting. That everyone else has everything else situated. You can focus on acting, and that is the exciting part there. So yeah, it was really great. It's a really good film. Everyone that worked on it, it was a pleasure to work around everyone. We shot it for 3 days. It was 3 days, overnight shoots. So it was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, that must have been hard.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture too of me. There's so the last day, we're saying bye to everyone, and there's this house that we rented to like film the project in, and we're just kind of like chilling on the couch. It's 6 a.m. and I'm like, whew, what a night. And then I sit on the couch, and then Jaden, the director, sits on the couch, and then Cole is like working on his laptop, and then we all just pass out. And so he took a picture of like me and Jaden passed out on the couch with Jaden's dog. His name is Axel, and he got his debut in the film too. So yeah, I've got a little poodle debut. And so my manager likes to tell me to celebrate everything, especially when you're working in an industry of rejection. Everyone's consistently getting rejection, and it's just the world we live in as actors. It's so many people auditioning for so many roles, and only one person can get it. So 99% of people who audition are getting a no, you know? So when you look at it that way, you know, it's really important to appreciate all your wins. And so I love my manager, Kimley, for always reminding me that this is a win. You know, every time I get a call back, I look at that as a win. That's a success. I got a call back. That's one step closer. Every time I book something, you know, no matter how big or how small, even if it's a background role, you know, I'm working that day. I'm on set that day. So I look at that as a win. You know, it's another day on set versus at home or, you know, doing something else. So pretty much any time that I get to study the craft, I look at as a win. You know, so those would definitely be my successes, I would say.
Where can people find you on social media?
Oh yeah, I'm only on Instagram. I don't use X, Twitter, Facebook, all that other stuff. I'm just on Instagram. It's kind of hard. It's at A510 AKLAND. So it's like A51 Oakland. You know, so the 0 is like the O. So A51 Oakland. You know, yeah.
Okay, A51 Oakland.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And the O is a 0 from the 510.
Oh, that's
so A51 Oakland.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's clever. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Well, thank you so much, Alikhan Lochin, for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh. And I'm so excited that you all came and viewed us today. Our full podcast can be heard everywhere, including Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora. So if you're running and jogging and working out, just listen to all the interviews. They're going to give you some good information. And I'm so excited that you're here with us. And please subscribe and share with your family and friends. We're going to have more people to interview. We have only one more episode this season. And then we're going to take a hiatus and then come back again.
Nice.
So make sure you subscribe so you can get a notification when we start back up interviewing for the next year, for 2024. Okay?
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun, and you know, this is very new for me, so it's really exciting to kind of explore this realm of acting, because this is a part of acting. You know, this is, you know, interviews and stuff like that. So it's really exciting. So thank you again for having me here and, you know, asking me all the wonderful questions. Like, it's great. It's good.
No, I'm so glad everyone gets to know who you are, and that's what's really exciting. And your story.
Yeah.
Learning your story and how you got where you got. So
you're the best.
Well, you're the best. And you're the best.
Yes.
And stay kind. But remember, be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye.